Just
You gouge each other's eyes out there. I've got a feeling we are, yeah, we asked to because but it's mad.
Can we?
I'm ready.
Sorry, we need to make progress.
Yeah.
any suggestions? The old cancer sticks out here.
So where we're going to do?
Well, I think from council's point of view, I think we received the letter and just.
I'm going to back down on this. But the thing
Oh, thank goodness for some sense.
No, I need the words. Don't wait, I know exactly what's going on with the. Well, don't bite then. No, I'm not biting. What I'm saying is, the problem we've got is there's false information in this letter. I agree. And people who write false information shouldn't be allowed to get away with it. These are public documents. So they shouldn't be allowed, especially when it's people that are making threats. They shouldn't be allowed to get away with making false statements. The more we perpetuate it.
No,
but it's not a case, it's not a case of perpetuate, it's a case of it has to stop. Because if you don't put a stop to it, it will carry on. Because these type of people are taking over the meetings and disrupting them. As you just seen today.
So we, I don't resort to the members because that is going to be nobody.
Done it for years.
Can I restart the meeting, please? Can we decide where we go?
Let's
The
get
two letters,
let's get the meeting over with, please. Just for once.
And 11.
Yes, I know.
Sorry, Christine, Christine, yeah, proposal is to receive the letters. Can I have an acknowledgement to the writers? Can I have a second to that? Christine, thank you. All those in favour, please show. We done that? Yeah, we've got a proposal to receive the letters and respond to the writers. Can I have a respond to it again? Proposal. I'll just wait for.
I don't see why we should respond, we should just receive the letters, because I've stated quite clearly, this second letter contains false information, so I think we should just receive it.
We'll pull that, we'll
Chair.
send on that. Sorry, Chair.
Chair, and we must stand again is, we just had another comment from the same person that you stopped the meeting for.
Standing order 44 in case
Kevin, please.
Standing order 44 if he doesn't know the regulation.
Kevin, please, can you just let us get on? I don't want to. We were making progress all night.
We were.
So we come back.
Sit down.
We'll end up with the police.
Can you just, right, we're going to move on now. Can I just
We'll
have
end up
quiet,
with the
please?
police here.
Christine, come on.
Well, no, it's not on.
That's what, come on. I don't want to call the police to ask people to leave the premises. But and I don't want to close the meeting because we're not getting any further forward. Can I just ask for peace and quiet, please, so we can get through it and get through the items? I think we're giving 10 minutes at the end to public session. I think we've probably had 5 minutes of that already.
Here we go.
So, right, Kevin, please, again, will you just keep quiet or I'll ask you to leave? Right, we've got that. Have we passed that? Yes, right, thank
Thank
you.
goodness. Where are we at?
Right, right. Can I just? Mike has just advised me we've got these other items to get through in confidential session. We've got these others. Colin, do you? What shall we do? We're trying to get ones that are urgent. If we get. So are we? I'll take that one.
It can't be put into action anyway within the 6 months, can it?
Yeah. Well, I think we ought to do that one, don't we? Right, we're going to move on then. Colin, that item of yours, if we can just hang that back to the next meeting, and then we'll make sure that that goes to the top of the agenda. We'll get that one on. I'm just trying to get through this, and these other items, then to the public session, and then we need to move into confidential discuss those others. So, if we can go down to 16, which is, we can leave the one about the co-option, because that's really not that urgent. We need to do that in the new year.
Can I just come in?
Yeah.
We're obviously skipping, so I understand that. Can we do number 13 to approve the purchase of a drill? It's quite a straightforward
Yeah,
issue.
if you want to do that.
If we've got the paperwork in front of us, and it's a drill for the I'm a setting, a driver set, and it's probably a handyman, at a cost of 299 plus VAT. Can I propose that we,
I'll second that.
I don't allow that,
Purchase that.
purchase that?
No, that's fine. Have a second to that.
I'll do it.
Move that. All those in favour, please show. Thank you. So we've got to, that's it, 16.3. With, as I said, the co-option issue, we can deal with that later. That's not, no, everybody's aware of what's happened or not happened. But I think we need to go to 16.3 to establish a budget committee in terms of reference and arrange dates of meetings.
It's all right.
Have we?
Okay.
I think we've got that. You've put that in the packet. So it's in the packet, isn't it? It's the terms of reference for the budget committee. Who wants to do it?
Yeah. On the item 2, power to decide, we've got no. Well, how can we make any decisions in the budget meeting if we haven't got any powers?
You're making recommendations. Only the council can afford.
What are we on?
Budget.
No, yes, I'm not saying that. Every other committee we've got has a power to decide, except this one. Now, if we're sat down the table, if we haven't got powers to decide, we can't make recommendations. So can I propose that we change item 2 from no to yes? And I'm happy with the rest of it.
Anyone else got a view on that?
I understand where Stuart's coming from, but the question I've got is there a specific reason why it says no? Is there a legal
Because
reason?
this would have been a working group before,
Right,
so therefore we wouldn't have had any council decide.
right,
Only the council can actually decide the budget and the precept.
right.
So therefore it can't decide all the.
They're just recommendations, yeah.
So we sit
I
on the
understand.
table and then come forward with recommendations to the council.
Which is fair.
Again, I'll go back to saying, if we haven't got powers to decide, how can we decide something in a meeting then for recommendation to the council? It's a committee, it's a full-blown committee, therefore it has to have powers to decide. It doesn't have powers to act, but it has powers to decide.
As in decide what goes to the full council?
Yeah, we can sit in a budget meeting and make a decision of what we wish to happen. And then once we've done that, when it comes to full council to approve the budget meeting minutes, that's when full council approves the minutes, and that's when things are either authorised or not.
I would suggest that if you have the power to decide, then the council would not have the power to overturn that decision.
Yes, they can, because council is the ultimate
Well, exactly, so
governing body.
Therefore, that's why you go to
Can I
full
just make a
council
quick
to decide.
suggestion to Councillor Thornton, that you have a power to recommend, to make recommendations rather than power
Well,
to
it
decide.
says there, but right, so
Just a
with that
determination.
logic the clerk's just put, how come every other committee we've got has a power to decide except for this one? This is a committee, right? No other, it's just same as any other committee.
Is it more?
Is it not going to, what difference is it going to make if we say yes to power to decide?
Is it more this is a idea to action as opposed to decision? Like we can make a decision when I put this forward, but we can't action on it. Is it just an interpretation of how it's worded as opposed to what it means?
I mean, I'm quite happy with it as it stands, because what you're going to do is put a set of figures together and recommendations to full council to accept. I think it's
Is that just going to
Pretty
be
nice.
It's not, yeah, it's not explained there, but right, the question asked there is, why is this the only committee that hasn't the power to decide? It's got to be, this committee then has got to be different to every other committee, so what's the difference?
Because it's remit, it's
yeah, because it was a working group and it's got full. It'll have everybody on the council on it. What? Sorry, Philip, what did you say?
Because the whole remit of this committee is to make recommendations to the council.
Every
Not to
committee,
decide anything.
yeah, I agree with that, but every committee makes recommendations. Just go on your point, right? If all 15 members attend the budget meeting, it can't be a committee, it then becomes a meeting of full council.
So that is. But we've only got 14 members.
But is it only
We've
6
only
can
got
vote?
14
We can
now.
all go vote, 6 can vote. Is it?
Well, what I'm saying, I'll just point out, if you just said, so there are 15 members, if 15 members attend,
Well, we've only, yeah.
well, we've only got 14
Only got
members,
14,
right?
so it's.
So I'm going to make a proposal, I'm going to make a proposal to try and set
Hang on,
out.
Stuart, hang on.
The alternative is to leave the budget to the full council, and we just meet as full council. It's got to give 3 days notice, so it's going to be full council.
Right, what's the problem?
Well, as you said, leave it to
Right,
Probably as a full council meeting, because you still have to go 3 days to this anyway.
I'm going to make a proposal that item 2, the power to decide, is changed from no to yes, to allow the committee to make decisions. That's a proposal.
Second.
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favour? 3. All those against? That falls.
Tell me now, how are you going to run a budget meeting when you haven't got a power to decide? You can't do it. Well, you can't do it. Believe that, what's been done, I'll just tell you now, you can't make a decision in the budget meeting because you just
Been passed, that's it.
Well, I just said,
Okay.
finished. It's not splitting hairs, we'll see when it comes to the budget meeting.
You still have to approve it.
So we need to approve this as it is.
Can I make a comment, please, Rob?
Sorry, Drew.
So, can you just clarify the number of councillors that will sit on this committee then?
The previous resolution, only 6 quid.
The council can vary that resolution for everybody
Okay.
attending this whole week.
I think that budget setting is something that's quite important to a lot of us on the council, certainly more than 6 members. So I'd like to make a proposal that we just make it a meeting before council.
So scrap the budget committee.
Yeah, if not, the option is then you scrap the budget committee and call it full council.
Clive, put that in. Clive, didn't we just vote? Yes.
So, is that,
Clive,
we need a second, sorry, Miles, go on.
again, because if it will be a full council, we just vote to give people speaking, or public speaking times as well, full council meetings. Isn't that-
So we can, if it's sensitive information,
Yeah.
financial information.
Well, that's what I mean, because again, we'll be
It can
talking
be
about
excluded.
people's wages and things like
The
that.
press and public can be excluded if
Just to let people know, these will probably be during the day, not at night, the budget meeting.
Well, that's,
If we have a full council meeting regarding the budget, what would have to happen is we'd have to vote in session to exclude the public because we would be dealing with contracts, budget setting, possible wages, etc. So
Yeah,
there
they
would
do
be
everything
private
as
session.
your discussion then. So you would have to vote to do that because they say a lot of stuff is confidential anyway. And there will be contracts, council documents. Shall we vote? So Drew's put a proposal with full council. Is that right? Do you want to?
Yes.
Have you got that written down? Second, then. Have a second. Aye. All those in favour of that? Thank you. Yeah, we've got to look at times and dates. Do you want to bear in mind every other thing that we dropped? Sorry. Sorry,
You
John.
didn't ask those who were against.
Sorry. I thought you that because it's over down as leaving the meeting, John.
The toilet.
Oh, right. Well, I thought you put your pack in there.
Can I just ask a question now? Is, why have we suddenly started this thing about we've not taken a vote on who's against? Is there some reason for that it suddenly just turned up now?
Because I'm going to ask for a recorded vote.
Go on then. You want
I'll ask for a
to
recorded vote.
that we call it on Drew's motion?
Have you asked for a recorded vote?
Recorded vote, yeah.
Now or
But
later?
afterwards, is it too
You
late?
can do, no, you can before you go to the next item of business.
Fair enough.
You can ask for it before you say, if you move to the next item of business. It's
We're obviously starting somebody against that.
Committee is a committee, not. I think you get it separate. I don't even have to get 15 people. You can put 5, yeah, that's all. That's too good.
Well, the proposal is
Everybody listen, please.
for the budget to be considered by full council and not by a budget committee. Councillor Coleman,
Sorry, no, sorry, sorry.
full council rather than budget committee.
You've been asked if the budget meeting is now to be done as a full council. With no public.
We'll take that vote at the
You say four?
With no public.
That's up to the council to decide.
You'd have to decide.
If the public say no,
Well, the council.
we can decide
You
that.
decide at the meeting.
Public won't be there. Right, yeah.
4.
Well, if it's a committee, the public can be there. So the committee's no different to council in
Well,
that
I can't say probably not, because we've got to talk about it anyway.
At the beginning of the meeting, you just vote to exclude the press and public for...
Councillor, I
We've got
would
to
say
talk about it anyway, so
Against.
Against.
just
Against.
speak to us time, won't it? Yes.
Councillor Allen Junior,
Against.
Councillor Jarvis,
For.
Councillor Jepson,
4.
Councillor Machin,
For.
Councillor Manship,
Or,
Councillor Matthews, Councillor Sadler,
4,
Councillor Tarley,
4.
Councillor Thorne, Councillor Thornton,
For.
Councillor Verdon.
fine.
Yeah, can I just ask to try and accommodate as many people as possible?
Well, I don't know, what's quorum for full council? What's quorum for full council?
5.
Right. Because I was thinking it was during the day.
Well, I mean, it's just trying to get, because we've got other meetings and various other things, it's trying to arrange time at night. I mean, do you want to have a look at?
If we do it during the day, we can do it in the bowling pavilion, so therefore we're not tied with other
It's trying to fit in if other people have got
It's an evening,
things.
we've got to try and fit it in.
Do we not normally have 2 during the day and 1 at night?
I think that's the format we've done before, haven't we? And then we've had a night one when no other functions are in here to enable more people to get, but we try and get as many as we can. It's purely to set the thing underway.
Should we have the first one in the evening, so as many people can attend the
Yes.
first one, and then the next 2 in the
Yeah.
If you have in the afternoon, then...
Well, we'll try and do the first one in the evening, man, so we get as many people, and then we'll take it from there. The other 2 might be in the afternoon, but then we'll come back. But at least that first one, everybody's got a chance to.
But those, again, it's just recommendations.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I'm right.
Chair, does that mean that if you have,
Council
does that mean that when you have one of these budget meetings,
Yeah.
you can actually decide at the time, because it's full council,
Yeah.
and so you can't rehash it, so you're going to have to do it in sections. You cannot get all of them in one meeting.
Oh,
No,
So you're going to have to do it in
takes
3 separate meetings,
I'd like to think we could do it in one meeting, but that's not going to happen.
and then it won't be discussed any further. It just be, it doesn't have to come on the agenda for the council meeting, budget. Because you've already done it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Michael, try to sort out that first
That's why it's...
evening meeting, and then we'll take it from.
That means that's it.
Right. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm just going to. Right, I'm going to go into
Can we
public
not, can we
session.
not do the terms of conservation? Because that's quite important as well. That's been
Oh, that might be a bit longer. I'm conscious we're trying to get this done.
it won't take long, Clive.
You're sorry, Christine.
It won't take long.
What do you think? I'm conscious that Ivan's trying to do his briefing for
It's
the...
not out now, is it? We're running late, and I still need to speak to councillors.
Can I make a suggestion, Mr Chairman, that the public session is limited to 5 minutes, which is 3 minutes more than allocated in standing orders?
Right, I'm going to go to... What should we do about it? Yeah, can we move it to the next meeting, Christine, just to try and get through this?
I want it today, Clive,
It's on the
because the members are all here, except one.
We've got bonfire tomorrow, we've got to get sorted out. Tomorrow.
Should have been sorted out months ago.
Okay, please.
Right.
We don't need unhelpful comments.
I think this item needs to go on the agenda next meeting, because the same person is continually interrupting the meeting, and he shouldn't. Unless you're prepared to throw him out, Chair, a discussion needs to take place of what we do.
I'm trying to be...
Can we get on with the conservation? It will be quick.
Let's go at it.
I can only... What we've got... Kevin, please.
Kevin, I want to get this through,
You're not
please.
doing anybody any favours.
Please.
Constantly interrupting.
Just shut up.
It's not, we're not there. You just bear with me. We're trying to sort this out. You just delaying what we're trying to do here. We're not going to get through stuff which we need to do. Shall we go to, we'll go to, come on then Christine, you've got
Right.
5 minutes. 16,
What do you want to do first? The committee
Yeah,
members. Right, I've got a list. Shall I read them all out together?
hang on.
Go on then.
No, we're just approving the terms of reference and agreeing membership, so
Just-
it's not particularly names, it's how many are going to be on it, I think, from that point. So you can get those names, whatever. It's
Right, I've got them all ready. Do you want them now or later?
Can we agree, let's do it in order then, can we agree the terms of reference?
No. Because you've got power to act? No. And I'd like it to be yes. Is there a problem?
You can, well, yeah, you can't really have power to act on its own like that, it's not.
Can I come in?
Why not?
These terms of reference are put forward, and then we agree or disagree with them as a council. When you're saying powers to act, you can't have them. Well, that's a load of rubbish, because the staffing committee has powers to act. So if we wish as a council for this committee to have powers to act, we vote on it, and if they vote yes, well, that's it, done and dusted.
But the staffing committee is a slightly different animal, isn't it?
It's a committee like any other committee. We seem to be having double standards of what committee can do what.
What has open spaces got?
Yeah. Well,
What has open spaces got?
They've got power to act.
Right. What's the difference?
No, it's only got power to recommend.
Do you just want to take a vote?
Well, yeah, recommend. That ends the reason why we made that recommendation about Brancliffe Quarry.
it's a recommendation,
It's a recommendation.
it's not power to.
No,
I'm talking about terms of reference.
Yeah, I know, well, I'm just saying, the what they call it, the open space committee only did not recommend, can't they?
Right, the only way to solve it is you need to make a proposal. If you want to change number 3 from no to yes, you need to make a proposal. And then we'll...
Proposal is, can we change number 3 to yes from no? Have I got that right?
Yes.
Second proposal, so we can vote.
We need a second.
Do you want to speak, Drew?
Yes, I just wanted to ask, Michael, what's the legal definition of power to act?
It means that if that group says we're going to dig up the village green and plant daisies, then that's what will happen. Assuming it doesn't cost any money.
They wouldn't come back to full
It
council.
wouldn't come back to
Yes,
the council.
it would.
No,
Yes.
it wouldn't, because you won't have the power to act.
But
If
we
you've got
would.
power to act, you can go back to full council.
But I was under the impression that committees have to report back to full council.
Depends what the parish council devolves to that committee. You can devolve as much or as little power as it wants to that committee.
That's the point Stuart was making.
So how do we get round that, Michael?
It's not about
Well,
getting
you
around
made a
it, is it?
proposal.
Leave it as it is.
So to move things forward and settle the issue, I'm going to second your proposal.
Miles has already done it,
Sorry,
Stuart.
you already...
Yes,
Sorry,
he
I
did,
apologise,
yes.
I didn't realise you'd done it.
Can we take a recorded vote on that, please? I promise I won't dig up the green.
You said.
Hey, we've got the shovel for you. Clive,
Sorry, Drew.
Sorry, can I ask another question around power to act? Can the power to act be limited to certain conditions? So, Michael, you said that the council could devolve as much decision-making power as it wants to a committee. Can we sort of constrain the power to act to a series of...
Can do if you want.
When,
It's a
I'm
degree.
going to look into the cloud in case I say this wrong, because I'm not even sure. If you have a power to act, like the staffing committee has, the staffing committee can make a decision to do something without the full approval of council. However, I think etiquette decrees is that when the minutes of that meeting come in front of council, normally you would accept what was on their minutes, because that committee has power to act. However, I don't believe it's set in law that it has to go forward. If the full council has a strong objection to what happened in a committee meeting, as far as I'm aware, the full council can discuss that, and again, looking at the clerk now, I think the full council can overturn them decisions.
Well, no, because the council has already delegated that power. The council can delegate its power to committees, subcommittees and officers. And if it does that, then it can't
It's given
really
the power.
overturn
So,
that.
right, okay, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I have to take what you're saying, because you're our legal advisor. So, what you're saying then is that the staffing committee at the moment is the only one with powers to decide. So, if we make a decision in the staffing committee, full council can't do absolutely nothing about it.
That's right.
So the same would apply if you made this powers to decide, or sorry, power to act, yes, then we couldn't do anything about it as to what took place on the green.
Yes, that's right.
And then that would be purely down to the members of that committee who made that decision.
Don't forget, Clive, that for the green, which is in a conservation area, we would be bound by conservation laws, so it's not like we can dig up the green or something equally silly.
Well, change
Can we have the vote? Can we,
Yeah.
Right.
Go on then. Councillor
Can I
Collins.
just say,
Sorry, mate,
just
go on.
before you have the vote, that I'm quite sure that the members of this committee is not going to ask for the earth, you know what I mean?
Literally.
I was in sleep over it, you know what I mean?
I'd tell you
Do we need to know the members of the committee?
Has that been agreed by
No,
us?
that's not been agreed. Sorry, sorry, John, can we move to, so we've got,
So it's to change number 3, how to act from no to yes. Councillor Holman.
For.
Councillor Ireland Senior.
Against.
Councillor Allen Junior.
Against?
Councillor Jarvis.
For.
Councillor Jepson.
against,
Councillor Machin.
Against.
Councillor Manship.
Against.
Councillor Matthews.
Against.
Councillor Sadler.
For.
Councillor Tarney.
Against.
Councillor Torr.
Against.
Councillor Thornton.
I'm going to say for.
Councillor Vernon.
I'll say against.
that motion's not carried.
It's not.
Thank you.
Just mention it now,
Can I make a proposal to follow on?
So can I say, sorry Drew, go on.
Can I make a proposal, considering that that motion is not passed, that we ask Councillor Sadler if there's anything, if there are any specific powers that she would want us to grant that committee and to bring those back to council.
It's going to be 6 months.
Can I
No,
just say,
no, we just go cup in hand with whatever we want.
now, sorry, we voted not to change that. We now go back to the original proposals to accept these terms of reference.
Yes.
So I propose that we accept these terms of reference.
Second.
Second.
3 seconds. Right. All those in favour of accepting these terms of reference? Can we now...
No option, mate.
Agree membership, Christine.
Yes. Do you want the names now or?
If you've got them, please.
Right.
Let's agree to serve on it.
Mick,
That's Councillor Coleman,
Colin,
Councillor Tolan,
Stuart,
Councillor Thornton.
Philip,
I want it anyway.
Yeah.
Philip,
Councillor Matthews.
Gordon.
That's 6.
There's myself, and I hope you're going to step down, Clive.
I can't, I have no choice but to be a
I
member of it, unfortunately.
I was under the impression that you could, at your own discretion.
Remember the fact that we don't have to attend or turn up. As chair, the chair.
That's the answer. I said 6 was the next.
Are you stepping down, Clive?
No, we've got
Jepson, Thornton, Sadler, Coleman, Tom and Matthews.
Clive, can I ask why I wasn't invited? I've got quite a lot of experience in conservation and biodiversity over the last 30 years. It's what I used to do for a living. I would have liked to have been invited, considering that I'm on the open space committee as well.
Could I ask when it was decided who was going to be on
Well, I don't know.
to
I don't know. I can't remember at a meeting having suggestions, have we? Membership? No, it's not been.
Been decided.
It's not been done at a council meeting.
Docs aren't
Put the
qualified
name
for
forward. Sorry? You
off my services.
Why should it let me speak?
So only 6, because I think we previously decided as a council to have only 6 members on a committee to make sure we get business done. Because if you have more than 6, it tends to get real big.
Well, I mean, if it'll help matters, I will. Can I sort of legally opt out?
You don't get, Clive, you automatically...
I know I am, yeah.
No, I don't think that's
Triggers the numbers
true.
of the committee though, John. I know that's a problem, I know.
Can I try and way forward again? To try and move things on again. If anybody would like to be on the Conservation and Biodiversity Committee, to contact either the clerk or councillors, commit to another meeting.
Can I ask why we have to contact Councillor Sadler, who's the chair of this committee?
Well, it was only said that because it was Councillor Sadler that's been moving this forward.
But is that not a decision for the parish council?
Hasn't been decided, I said contact the... Right,
Excuse me,
Chris,
Stuart, this might resolve it.
hang on.
If these people become committee members, could I just say that anyone who lives in Anston can come to the meeting as a member of the public? That includes any councillors. So it's not going to be an exclusive club.
It's already been voted on.
So anybody can come. It's not excluding anybody.
Let me try and move things on again. Anybody who wishes to be on the Conservation and Biodiversity Committee, if they contact the clerk to put the name forward, then at the next meeting or the meeting after, the names will be brought forward to council and we'll go through the procedure at council meeting of who's going to be on or not going to be on.
Can members of the public put their name forward?
No,
Yes, the committee has to decide. Yeah, on that.
I didn't hear that, Clive, what was
Sorry,
it?
no, it was just about members of the public, but the committee's got to decide who and what members of the public they invite to the meetings, I think. But you can't let that to the committee's up and running. Go on, John.
If we're all subscribed, how do we decide which 6 we to be honest?
we discuss it in council, that's what I just said, we bring it back to council and we discuss it in council. That's the only way forward.
Clive,
Sorry, man.
did we have a discussion at some point about how many, again, just to muddy the water a bit more, about how many councils could go on it, so there was never more people in the committee who could outvote the council? Did we have that discussion at some point?
Yes, that was part of it, yeah.
And is that...
So you wouldn't have 8 because you could
I see,
have,
okay, that's all right.
you could
English.
you'd have 7
New maths.
that would be a gas, whatever, but you couldn't have 8 because you'd obviously have a majority
Okay, we'll check it.
of everything in that respect. So sorry, Stuart, you were saying about bringing it back.
Well, the only sort of fair way to do it is everyone's to be on the committee, give the names to the clerk, and at a future date, come back to council meeting and we discuss it, can I take a vote? That's the only way to do it.
Or draw lots.
There are lots if you want, it's up to the council to decide how they will do it.
Is everybody happy with that one then? If you,
No, I'd like to do it my way.
but that's
I think that would
that's down
solve
to
it.
council to decide which way we.
Yes, I know that, but I don't go along with Stuart's proposal. I think that if anybody can come anyway, what's the diff?
Go on, Jonathan.
Can I second it?
Yeah, of course you can. So we've got a proposal by Councillor Thornton that we bring back to council, and if there are
I
more.
didn't make a proposal, I just said,
Sorry.
can I suggest?
Oh, right, it's better. I propose that we do that.
I'll second it.
So you want to propose that motion that we bring back to council? Seconded? Miles.
I did suggest, I did make a proposal.
That's fine.
All those in favour of bringing back, people put the name forward and
It's
it's decided there by lots or whatever.
That's the only
Thank you. Right, public session.
Yeah. Are you going
Sorry?
on?
Yeah, it's one question per person on items
Okay,
being
then.
discussed at the meeting. Kevin, Mr. Pearson, are you going on?
Yes, well, are we in public session?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was private.
No, it's got
Hey, it's up there.
Go on, Kevin.
Right, tonight you've discussed on councillor conduct and trying to move towards self-regulation and one thing and another. Self-policing, in effect. My actual question is, on councillor conduct, when a councillor declares an interest, is therefore cannot take part in any decision on that, any discussion on that, or should not be able to, he should remove himself from the room. Now, let's put it this way. At the last meeting, Councillor Thornton declared an interest. And then... Yeah, very.
Well, come on, just keep
Well,
it,
I'm
it's a point of, it's a question, you just said a question.
I'm trying to tell you a question.
Well, we're aware of the background, just...
Right, well, what I'm saying to you is, when the point of when he's got to declare an interest, I have always understood that the council have got left the room while the issue were being spoke about, discussed, whatever. So now my question is, at the last meeting, Councillor Thornton declared an interest, then sat in on the meeting, said he took legal advice and he could stay in the meeting. Not only did he do that, he then participated in the meeting by asking for recorded votes. No, the police were in attendance, and you said, Clyde, that the police, if anybody disrupted the meeting, they'd be asked once to leave, and then, if not, South Yorkshire Police would move them. You then asked Councillor Thornton to remove himself, and he refused. So why did he ask police to remove him?
I didn't.
What police just did for the public? I know. Watch video.
Hang on, come on.
Can I answer
What
that?
is the question?
The question is, why was the councillor allowed to stay in the room
When asking public to leave.
when he should have left? And the part of the question, the second part of the question is, why wasn't you removing him?
That's not a question about this meeting, though, is it? It's a question about...
You tonight, you've discussed behaviour by councillors through
Yeah.
the council conduct. That was council conduct.
Yeah, but tonight's council conduct, yeah, not last meeting's.
Can I answer?
This is a question about tonight's meeting, not last
It's
meeting.
been brought up tonight.
It's been brought up tonight.
But you're still referring to the meeting last week, which is what we're discussing.
Tonight.
So why is Councillor Tom wasting time messing about, trying to go for self-regulation when it'd be better spent, time better spent?
Come on, this is not,
getting done.
that's not a question. Councillor Tam is standing on point of order.
What number?
37.
Thank you.
That okay?
Can we not just...
please?
It's the directing, it's the standing order relates to directed discussion to the point. I don't believe that either councillors or members of the public should adopt a aggressive tone or to shout during the meeting. So I'd like to ask that you kind of all refrain from doing that, please.
Here. Kevin.
I'd just like to ask, same as Kevin really, about this standing orders. I've actually been on a Anston Parish Council website and I've seen where councillors are actually writing offensive words towards members of the public who disagree with their opinions. And if you move away from these sort of committees that are overruling you, then who's going to monitor the way that councillors behave?
Well, we're not at that point of moving away from that until we've taken further advice on it and meet with the Yorkshire Local Council Association in the near
Yeah,
future. I understand you, and I'm aware of these websites, and I must say I don't
But-
like people contributing to
Do you
the...
think that as a councillor, that councillor should actually go on a site that's got your logo on it, that states
Well, I
Anston
can't,
Parish
unfortunately, I
Council?
can't stop them. I have no power to stop them. Well, I've just been pointed out, this is the third question, not...
No, it's third question, it's one question.
It is the third
Because, it isn't the third question.
Just
Because
before
this is
you
happening,
finish.
because this is happening, I think that the chair should actually look at this website, and then the chair should ask legal advice from Rotherham on the behaviour of a councillor outside meeting.
They're not going to take that one on board. They can't do, I don't, as far as I'm aware, they can't do anything about it. It's down to
But
people put that on there.
But what I'm trying to explain to you is they're using your logo.
But I can't control what people put on there. I might not like it, but I can't
But
do
you can
anything
for a
about it.
councillor and they print the name to it.
But they're not putting their name as councillors, are
They
they?
are. I've seen councillors' names on it. Yeah, it's
Can I come
councillor.
in? Can I
Just,
come
well, I'm not taking that one any further. See what last
Oh,
word.
yeah.
I'm sorry, and then Paul.
Chair.
Sorry, Brian, just give me a chance. I'll come to you.
I've put councillor on certain websites, and when I put councillor, I'm speaking in my official capacity as a councillor. If somebody puts a comment on there and they don't put down councillor, well, it's quite obvious that making comments as a private member of the public, and there's nothing to do about it.
Yeah, but don't you think standards board should be reading these comments that councillors are making?
That's not-
Because that's what I said to find
No, come on, hang on. No, that's enough. Paul,
You're not
and
taking it
then
any further.
Mr. Lewis.
Clive, I just want a decision. So you're not going to ask Rotherham if there's anything you can do about it?
I don't think there is, to be truthful. I would very much doubt it.
But you're not going to ask
Anything about
questions.
it.
You're not going to ask
They
questions.
might be able to do it about their own members of staff.
No, but you're not going to ask questions. You're not going to ask Clark to ask the question.
That's
I
another.
just want a yes or
I
no.
will ask the question when I see somebody irrelevant at Rotherham.
Can you come out and let me know
I
that?
will let you know, yeah,
Thank you.
what they say. But I will ask the question.
Thank you.
Paul?
I'd just like to raise a point in your expectations of us, what you're bombasting us with each week. But when you're asked to be quiet, you're not. Disrespectful to, basically, we're here to try and help you. But you're not listening to that, but you're expecting us to have our standards that if you say something, we have to abide by it.
I were only asked not to say something once by the chair. It would, Ladder was sat inside of me.
I'm not saying it, but I'm just saying as public.
But if you want to start accusing people who are asked more than once...
I'm not accusing anyone of
ask
anything.
Councillor Thornton, not...
I'm not asking anyone of anything at
Yeah,
all.
very personal.
Come on.
Very personal.
Brian,
Maybe
last
that's the
question.
problem.
Just a point.
Can I just, sorry, just wait a minute, Brian, can we just take a vote to suspend standing orders for how long you want?
5 minutes.
Do you want to still try and do that with
No,
council?
I'm going to have to do it tomorrow.
You're going to have to tomorrow.
Should we just finish the meeting, because we need to do a briefing from council. I would argue that's a bit more important to discuss.
Well, we need to just suspend standing orders, because I want to let Mr. Lewis have his answer.
Sorry, I didn't see that.
Can we, 15
Public
minutes?
section over, Mr Chairman.
No, member of the public, Mr. Lewis wants to raise a question. Can we suspend, sorry, Brian, can we suspend standing orders for 15 minutes?
I will vote
After
to
that.
suspend standing orders for 15 minutes.
I'll second it.
Thank you. All those in favour? Thank you, gentlemen. And Christine. Ryan.
Mr Chairman, you've not discussed it, but one of these, number 47, I had it delivered roughly 4 weeks since. Now, I've got another one which were delivered roughly end of last week. Now, I'm presuming them all delivered them has been paid twice, but is it a waste of money, the ratepayers of Anston, or are you ordering too many so we get 2 lots the same?
It's not strictly on the agenda, but I will take it up.
I know.
I'll take your point on board, because we don't need to, and so you've had 2 copies of the same newsletter.
Yeah,
Is that what
one
you're saying?
about 4 weeks since and one at the end of last
Right,
week.
well, we'll take that up with you. Right. Right. We'll sort that out, make sure you only get one, because obviously...
No, I'm not bothered.
Well, you'd like to,
It's
but...
just funny, isn't it?
Well, it might be they've delivered it, and then our staff have delivered it as well. We'll check that out and make sure it doesn't
But can
happen.
I just make a comment?
Yeah,
I
just
took my
quickly.
grandson, 5-year-old, to Hillsborough last night, and I think it's disgusting, the letter what come about Hillsborough and any other.
I take your point. I take your point. Okay, thank you. I'm going to close the public session. We're going to go into confidential now.
Hello, George.
Good night, God bless.
Good night,
God bless, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm just confused.
We've got 3 elections, which we'll probably not want to discuss going to the state trust.
What, no?
We do need to approve that.
I'm cool. Were you hoping I was going?